So when I know so we done already been there, done that. We done already hired a fully hog law firm, then pays over 75,000 US dollar. That money then just go for water. All which way then do I'm not just for give advice. What people have to know, this is basic knowledge to anybody who have gone to university and studied law and political science. In the International Criminal Court, only state party have the competence to bring issue pertaining to sovereignty. So now only government they go there. Una fit go do research for find out how many cases they that court that attend them. They only attend the cases. Even the case with genocide be there for this against this Rihanda Muslim them for Myanmar. Now Gambia, a state party, be make the application to sue the Myanmar government about the genocide wey dey take place for the no be an organization, let alone small organization. Boho bet go dey talk for this way. Say be na host for Ambazonia calling. Somewhere come go talk say una know say this revolution dey so all this revolutionary movements them, the groups them, they are not registered legally in any government or anywhere. They are mere organizations who are acting under international law to represent the interests of the territory. They are not legal entities. So they cannot sue Cameroon government in the International Criminal Court. This is just a way to go and scam people and collect money like they have been doing and eat the money. I didn't even need to do a research to do this presentation about this case because it's so simple. Anybody who have studied political science, who have studied jurisdiction of court will tell you that the International Criminal Court do not hear cases from NGOs, they do not hear cases from individual, let alone a bunch of losers who are incapable of raising money within the Ambazonia people. They are incapable of attracting talents in the organization. They say they want to go and hire a law firm. But if that is going to keep them busy and leave us alone to prosecute the war, that will be better for everybody. So I want to use the opportunity to update you about previous litigations with the Cameroon government. And if you are very aware, it's not only about the competence of this guy, it's also about the eligibility. You need to be not just a person of interest, but to be a state party, as I have said. So in 1991, the Godidinka successfully had lobbied the American government, and they started an initiative that was called the United States Ambazonia Dialogue. That dialogue was chaired by the then Undersecretary of State for African Affairs, Ivan Hicks, who is today position is the position of Peter Nagy in America. So they had that dialogue, that committee. There, the American government, through their representative, Mr. Hicks, accepted in principle that Ambazonia have been occupied by the Republic of Cameroon. And after the committee considered all the options to remedy this problem, the American State Department had actually advised the Ambazonian representative, who was Godidinka, to seek for a legal instrument where American government can intervene on our behalf. And they had said that we needed to have a legal instrument from the courts in that country and also in the international court. That was in 1991. 1992, Von Godidinka then sued in the famous HCB court stroke 28 stroke 92. That means the High Court of Bamenda judgment 26 stroke 92, where the court asserts three main facts. The first thing the court says was there is the British Southern Cameroon is now Ambazonia. They accepted the name Ambazonia. Number two, the court says that Cameroon government is an occupying power, and their continued occupation of Ambazonia is state aggression, should amount to state aggression. The third judgment of that court was that the Cameroon government should withdraw from Ambazonia and renegotiate a confederation according to the plebiscite agreement that we had with them in 1961. That was the court judgment that gives the legal instrument for us to use as Ambazonia. For Ngodidinka then went and framed the application with the support of the American State Department under George Bush at that time in 1994. And he framed the court case in the International Criminal Court. It is an application that is called interpleader summon. Interpleader summon is an application where the judge in that international court will be able to look at the root causes and make a recommendation of action that will be binding internationally by all members of the United Nations. But as things they are, the court registrar, the president of the court registrar was a French-born Algerian who have been placed there strategically by the French government. The application was rejected. Godidinka appealed in accordance with the rules of the International Criminal Court. The application was still rejected and was blocked. The decision of that judge was blocked to be submitted by the full court of the International Criminal Court, and that is how the application was frustrated. And he still needed a state party to support him for that case to be heard. At that time, the administration of George Bush had handed power to Bill Clinton, and Madeleine Albright was then the Secretary of State. She sent a letter to Godidinka to go back to the International Criminal Court in support of that application. The judge had that president of that registry had contacted them, and they were debating about the court date and things like that. And that is how that application was frustrated. So now you have a bunch of losers, pastors who are fake pastors in America. They say they want to go and sue Cameroon government in the International Criminal Court. Which state party will support them? We are in contact with the American State Department. We know their position already. This is still another scam. They want to give our people false hope and to divert our attention and resources to prosecute the war. They are bringing this thing to divert people's attention. But I will say, for me, let us leave them with this nonsense. Those Ambazamzam who wants to still put their money in that thing, they should go ahead to do so. So in, I think, 1997, Godidinka went to England. He applied for his asylum case, his refugee status, to be transferred to the United Kingdom. And there he sued the United Kingdom that they did not execute their duty under the trusteeship agreement to transfer sovereignty to the people of our territory. So according to the laws of that judgment, all Southern Cameroonians should be considered as British citizens in abroad until they obtain their sovereignty, that the British government was a custodian by law. So that is it for that issue. I would have had enough time to talk about the role played by Tim Penn, who was a congressman in America, with Madeleine Albright, so that people have more idea about that issue, but I don't think it's necessary. We don't have it. I'll just take this opportunity to clear the air about what is happening in Kugwe. As you guys know very well, the Amazonian Defense Forces have been controlling Kugwe for the past 3 years with very little financial support from a lot of people who are making noise today. We have been supporting our troops there. They have been in control of that place. They have helped the people set up hospitals, community schools. They have been basically doing everything. And out of a sudden, the Cameroon government, after seeing our display of force on ground zero, seeing our population standing behind our forces, they have put a target on General Efang, big number, the overall ground commander of our forces. They have tried to assassinate him in the state of Bui. They did not succeed. The same people have moved to follow him in Kugwe, because he came to Kugwe. He visited the Fons Palace there. They had meeting. He explained to them our new policy of appointing a civilian as a coordinator between the forces and the civilians, so that they can synchronize their actions and their resistance. They try to come there to assassinate him, and you have some punk like this guy in America, the Sikot, and this Eugene Ufoka with that his big head. He looks like a Jobajo. Let me put up his picture here. In Sikot, the matter of Sikot, look at the where they were getting all the story. They were going around on social media saying that all hell have broke loose in Kugwe, and those information were actually information that he was having from one family. This family, I feel very sorry for that family. I've tried to see if I can reach out to help And the family is a family that had 3 sons who were all members of our force. 2 of them have died in battle, and they still had one guy who is called Thunder. The forces had sent him to be on guard. He refused and he was punished. He was beaten. So the family was angry and they contacted this guy. Instead of him to contact us to try to resolve the issue, he put it on public, exposing the identity of that soldier. And they were going around saying that there is problem in problem there for inside Kugwe. And the big problem that will get them when the enemy they try for attack, when those Cameroon forces them camp inside village, they need to distinguish between who they support ADF and who they support ADF. They kill all man equally. When a problem is there like that, yes, not network the worry because I use now Wi-Fi. When a problem there like that, we need to come together for support those soldiers them during those attacks. But instead, these guys them because of their hatred so much for Dr. Chu and their hatred for the strength of the ADF, they will use this type of thing to magnify it and even play into the hand of the enemy. Because at that time, you have my country people, they were there doing it, trying to instigate our people against them. But I'll admit, there was an incident in Kugwe where the people were protesting because there were some cattle, I think over 50 cattle that we had confiscated from Frundi and Achiriachu. The cattle were there. People were thinking that we're using those cattle for business. They sold some of those cattle to buy weapons and give some of those weapons to the soldiers in Meza. After the lockdown, they used some of those cattle to give back to compensate the civilians for the pains they were going through and the hardship due to the lockdown period. Now our soldiers they decide to give the population this cow them. They complain. When they be send message, they complain for social media, say, hey, General, if I don't carry cow them. No, that they be making we talk to me and release that cow them for civilian. Now they complain. So even if you look the video for those guys, their own video, they don't send out for Kugwe. When I give me a minute, I get that video. If you look at that video for Kugwe, now the fun is for Kugwe when I say these guys, sometimes they are just amaze me. They think the boss on time them because you can't waste time to explain things you're not supposed to waste for the explainer. For inside Kugwe, when I look that video, when I see this guy, they are soldiers. Oh, I don't get time to get that video, but I think say most people they don't watch that video. For that video, you see say that guy then hold guns. They don't go cash some buy and sell on them for use them for make propaganda video because the one can attack ADF. They become can attack ADF. They actually attack one of our posts, our outlet posts, where they use them for guard day. We will then arrest some civilians. To be honest with everybody, might talking because we will not want go out for the talk things and we were general. They will be very busy. Our soldiers on the ground, they will be approached by the phone of Kugwe. Say this so some person that died for inside Kugwe, they don't know what happened. Our general sent 4 soldiers them for day. They go discover and say they don't bury some person for day, the person in hands and they for outside. They dig the grave, give that person a befitting burial. This same phone for Kugwe tell our generals, say they need for arrest some specific people, them he give name for people that were that village. Say me they arrest that people, them investigate for find out who committed that murder in his village. This phone called our soldiers to intervene. Our soldiers went there reluctantly because we don't send out strict information. Say our soldiers they need to stop being the policemen. They are not police people. They are there for military operation. So because of this phone, those soldiers arrested some villagers and locked them up. Because of this phone, I will play the audio from our general, the conversation because of our general. You see, that was very good. This idea we brought that every general should record all his conversation with people like this. So I'll play the audio for that from that conversation. Make una hear. Wait till it happen. What general arrest these guys and they were kept in one house. These guys from the Bui, from this Momo cartel, they attacked that outpost, released those guys and burned them. In the course of burning that place, we allowed them, the soldiers withdraw. They didn't give them permission to fire. When those guys were coming, they were coming, a lot of them. We just had a few soldiers at that particular building. The soldiers withdrew themselves, but they could, from a distance, they were watching what was happening. And they released those prisoners, and they tried to attack them. They opened fire, they shoot one of that guy on his leg. Before those guys, they withdrew and they went to that market to make that propaganda video. Let me play the conversation between our general and that phone.
Good morning. Morning. I dey call you to dust my own court.
I'll forward the call so that me wanna hear the specific place where it give the detail for which way it happen.
You again, you are the you.
Now here,
if we don't.
This is General Popo, the first deputy in Ground Zero command chain under General Efang. When I hear a phone call conversation between General Popo and the phone of Kugwe will be in question. When I remember around when I say this phone, it became she done for our base. Then treat it very well, they provide it drinks and give it call or not. If they tell we say the fear for go back because they will kill it. But soon after they release the phone, me go back for a village. Some people they talk say they be arrest you or not, but if you be suspicious, they no one let me go back because we know we get strict rules. They need to arrest any traditional leader. So after they release this, wanna be key the person. No, Madam Addison, that one a lie. If you go back for the video, CSF way the Momo cartel then release them. You go see say that woman where they be interviewed for market. Unfortunately, that video, man, look at what I did for my phone. I fit play the video museum. That woman talks saying that one person be die for that village, and they no even know person where they kill that woman. Now the video, this my play I'm on here.
And so one of the people them, the population, the village people from Inye, Kugwe Ifa village, where they run.
This commander, when I see say they get guns and for they for inside market. They don't surrender the woman the way they for market. They want to meet the woman then lie for public. This same guy they be just come up for attack one of those houses then way our soldier be done arrest people then way now this phone be talking me they arrest those people. Then keep the people then for that house, then go try for broke the house. When our soldier then attack them, then run. This woman way they bring it they under their keeping, so there is no way this woman will lie. When I listen for the woman.
From ATM. They travel, go for another land, they go somewhere silent. Mommy they go party, they run. From 88 them, from India, on the list, the Busa market. They don't carry most of them. They are almost the 200 something, but they don't carry some of them.
Yeah, the talk.
So when they will talk, they are going, they want to me, they see, I'm going to know. So there's a...
Ma forward, I'm going to hear them, mommy.
This talk small for now.
That's the way make am come up for you. The run before one and put before one for the people of so. But begin the way they do for you, they work. They don't suffer weak. Can catch what people they go lock up. Because the one they see this identity they go weak. Between we, so we know what you do. They be kiss on one man for we. They will know people they kill them. They all the in you don't suffer.
You hear what the woman talk? They don't actually know the people they kill that particular person.
They go based on the catch what for in you go lock up. Catch the one for based on go lock up. Catch people then go lock up for Kugwe. So now yesterday we even struggle.
So when the year they talk say then catch people then go lock them. As a matter of fact, now that chief be talk me they catch people them go lock those particular people them. Those particular people I don't know whether them beat them or not. It be possible if we get excesses we go try for solve them, we'll try for talk with soldier them because we know they for cover up any crimes. But wait way happen when I go here for the phone conversation between our general and that phone for here exactly wait way happen. Say now this particular phone be same people they meet and come me now be saying ask our soldier they meet and arrest those particular people them. And the same people then way they can attack our camps if they begin the harass those same population. The boy they wanna see him for inside that video, they tell those villagers and waiting for talk him. And I will play exactly, we'll get another video, then we will release and we go show this population of Kugwe, how they go explain for now wait till it happen for day. When I hear the conversation with that phone and General Popo.
Sir, if we don't take these people and if we don't take this family and get down, talk. And you are the same person we tell we say if we don't take these people and if we don't take this family and keep them as suspects till when we get the real culprit, it will be very difficult for us to crack the murder case. And you again, you gave the names of the people which are prime suspects for us to keep them till when we get the real culprits who were responsible for the crime. Nalaiwa the dog. Nalaiwa the dog. Fine.
No, but now the chief that they talk. That's the traditional ruler.
From going back home, you make your statement say, this, as they don't remove ADF fighters
so
them from Kugwe, now so you go do one for your village for India.
Now the general they talk for the fund, how he will go after he don't come back for a camp, he go start begin treating what general them. Now but they will discover and say that fund he will come for a camp, now we can see what camp before they go can attack we. So La Republic to Cameroon they camp for day with 2 armored cars, with 6 hillocks, with close to over 200 soldiers and for attack in here. Our soldiers then they don't withdraw from that particular place tactically. They began launch on 2 attacks them against them for just weaken them and keep them on their toes. But we will take back that area definitely. So now the thing in that way it happen, when I already here by ourselves, which will happen. Unfortunately, I'm not ready to conclude all the presentation. I will just want to update una sabi exactly which way it happened. For ground zero, for Kugwe Day. I'm not going to go into details for the other issue them concerning diplomacy and which way it happened with those conferences, the way it's supposed to take place with the one for the dialogue and negotiation, including the one way the former ex-president of Africa they organized them for Kenya. So, but I will subsequently come out for make those presentations them and for give those updates. So, I will finish for here and we will continue. And not forget to check my podcast and for my Facebook, for my YouTube channel. I will get some of those updates there for my daily podcast. God bless you. May our revolution be short. May democracy, civil liberty be in an independent Ambazonia forever. God bless you guys.